Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kayla, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different style of video. So I've noticed a lot of brands are coming out with products and I have some thoughts on them. So I figured I'd share them with you. So this is sort of an anti-haul, but it's more of a like will I or won't I buy it kind of thing, just because you know, I really want to mix in the positive with the negative, because there are some things here that actually really do catch my eye and I do think are interesting and like they look like good products. So let's just jump right into it. So first off, I want to talk about this ColourPop sandstone collection thing. So there's like a lot of things in this collection. There's lippy sticks, there's cream shadows, there's like a body oil glittery type of situation, and I think there's eyeliners too. The big thing that I think stands out about this collection is the palette, which I'll put a picture of it here. For being honest, this palette is very boring. It looks like their Yes Please palette, and it looks like literally 12 other palettes that they have. And also there's the whole issue with the packaging. I understand what they were kind of trying to do, I think, with this theme, but I don't really like it. And a lot of other people don't, and I understand why. It reminds me of that Ola Chola situation. That was them too, right? With Becky G. It feels the same to me. Outside of like the packaging and the kind of theme of the collection, the palette itself is just so boring. Also, what's up with this green glittery shade? Like, is a pop of green the new pop of blue? So as you can probably tell from that, I'm not going to be buying this. I'm not interested in it. I know people hate when you just call palettes boring, but like, I have neutral palettes. I don't need this. So next, Elf is coming out with these like tinted balms, and they actually look really cute. They're only $5 and they have 3 scents or like flavors. They have like a cherry, a grapefruit, and a pumpkin spice latte, which I actually think is kind of cute. I think the pumpkin spice is cute because it's fall. The other 2 flavors, scents, seem a bit more like summery to me, but that doesn't really matter. I do think this is cute. I might pick it up. I've been looking for like a nudish kind of gloss that's like warm toned. I wonder if this will give me like a glossy look though. I'm thinking it's more of just like a moisturizing situation, but I don't know, I might pick one of these up. They're only $5, so it's like, why not? Next, so I'm actually like really surprised by this. Lisa Rinna is coming out with a makeup company. She's just coming out with like lipsticks, and they're all like nude colors. Side note, I love Lisa Rinna, but I do not love this lipstick kit thing. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't look bad. I'm sure the lipsticks like perform well. The colors are cute. They're very nude, and that's honestly my only problem with it. I just don't think these colors would show up on my skin, so I'm not gonna spend my money on them. Also, they're $45. I'm not sure if the lipsticks themselves are $45 or if like the whole kit is $45. I think there's 3 or 4 lipsticks in the kit, but I am pretty sure that it said $45 each, which is crazy, but I'm also confused by that because there's no way one lipstick costs $45, right? So next, Mel is coming out with these like stacks that are like they're kind of like face palettes, but in their stack form, like kind of like how they do their eyeshadow stacks. And I have to say, well, this isn't made for me. I don't think this is made for like the average makeup wearer. This to me seems like it would be really good for like a makeup artist, somebody who does freelance work, or someone who does like even like their friends' makeup all the time, someone who does other people's makeup a lot, because I think there's cream and powder products, and cream products just, they don't last very long. And to have this range of depth, because they have like a light shade, a medium shade, a couple of like deeper shades, it's like a kind of a decent spectrum of colors, and that seems like something a makeup artist would need, not the average person. I do think this is kind of cool though. I hope it comes in singles. I think if you could like take the stack apart and have it be singles, that would be pretty cool, because then people could maybe mix shades or kind of create their own custom like contour shades or whatever, highlight shades, and I think that would be pretty cool. But I'm just not really interested in this. I don't need this because, like I said, I don't think this is made for me. But also, I'm just kind of like wary about melt. I'm sure the products are good, they look good, and I like their aesthetic, I like their packaging, but I've watched some reviews and heard a decent amount of people say that the packaging is always kind of put together not super well. Like the stacks come apart, and when you store your makeup in like a bag or a drawer or whatever, it is very like inconvenient because the stack will just like come apart in your drawer, which I hope that's not like a common experience because that sounds awful, especially when the products themselves seem to be pretty good from what I've seen from reviews. Next, I want to talk about this Pat McGrath holiday collection. This is called the Celestial Divinity collection. There's a couple of things in this collection. There's some lipsticks, there's some like quads. I think this is all a part of the holiday thing. All of it looks beautiful, to be honest, but the main thing that catches my eye is the eyeshadow palette. I feel like I'm always just drawn to eyeshadow palettes, even though I probably don't need more. But this palette just looks gorgeous. Like the shimmers, they look so pretty. I'm looking at the picture of it right now and I'm like, do I need this? The answer to that is probably no. I don't think I need this, but I'm also like very interested in it, and I know if I got it, I would definitely get use out of it. I'm just trying to justify the price tag. I know this palette is cheaper than like most of her palettes. This palette is $78 and her other palettes are what, like 120 or 130 or something crazy like that. And the reason that this palette is cheaper is because the pan sizes are smaller, I think, or there's less product in the pans. But I don't know about this one. I'm like really on the fence. I want it, but I'm also just trying to be smart about like the makeup I buy because I have a lot of makeup now that I don't really use, or at least I did. I've been trying to donate things and, you know, give things away that I don't use because I don't want a big, expansive makeup collection of stuff I don't use. Like nobody does. But I don't know. We'll see about this one. I might wait for some reviews and then pick it up because I think it's so beautiful, but also my wallet's like, girl. Disney and Makeup Revolution are collabing to do like a Nightmare Before Christmas themed palette. I believe there's also brushes. I think this is a whole collection, but the only thing I'm really seeing any info on is the palette. So this palette, I don't know. I think the packaging looks cool. The aesthetic of it is very cool. Honestly, I'm just really excited to see a Halloween themed palette. I feel like brands do it here and there, but brands are just so quick to do a holiday collection. It is still September and I've seen 8 to 10 holiday collections just scrolling through Trendmood that are coming out now or coming out very, very shortly. And while I understand that because like people could buy it for their friends or they want to buy it now so that they can have it during the holiday season. But I just want a fall themed palette. I want a Halloween themed palette. And I know some brands do it, but they either don't do it well or they just don't get hype. You know, I want this to be a trend. I want more, even though it's basic, I want more pumpkin spice palettes. I want I want more. I need more. I can't just jump to Christmas. It's funny that I just went on that whole tangent because I'm gonna be honest, this palette ain't it for me. I don't know, I just am not interested in the color story. I'm not drawn to this at all. I don't really see anything about this that says Nightmare Before Christmas. And I know that that's kind of like vague because what would make it more Nightmare Before Christmas? But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this just needs more fall colors. Maybe some more like reds and browns, some more golds. This color story is a little bit all over the place to me. I don't know how I feel. I'm also kind of confused on what the layout of this palette is because Trendmood just has it like multiple pictures of it and it looks kind of different in each picture, so I can't tell how it is. I think it's like a book. It's one of those palettes that you open like a book and then it's like one side and the other side. But based on this picture, the two sides look very similar. There's a slight difference, like that orangey shade and that like light pink on that right side. Might be your left. But this just does not excite me. I think this is just... Also, I'm really not sure how I feel about Makeup Revolution's formula. I've tried a few of their products here and there that I really liked, but I always see mixed reviews on their eyeshadow palettes. People either like love them or they say they're like patchy and not pigmented. So this one's a no from me, but I will say I really like the idea of it, and I actually do think it seems like a decent palette. So for like the Nightmare Before Christmas hounds and fans, it makes sense, and it seems like it would probably make sense for them. So Disney is doing another collab with ColourPop, of freaking course. I know every person ever has said this, but can ColourPop just calm down? I've like looked into it a bit and I understand why they release products in the way that they do. They have like an in-house factory, so it's very easy for them to quickly put out products, and they kind of do it based on like the amount of orders they get. It's not like they just make a bunch of stuff and some of it goes to waste. So it does seem like in that regard it is good that it is trying to cut down on waste. But I am tired of scrolling through Trendmood and seeing 8 ColourPop collections that all look the same. That being said, this is very cute. The packaging is very cute, and the aesthetic, the idea of it. It's a Hocus Pocus themed collection, and there's a lot of things in here. There's an eyeshadow palette. There are lip duos, which are like lipsticks and liners, and there's lashes, there's cream liners, there's like glitter liners, there's lashes. I actually think it looks like a nice collection as far as like everything kind of matching and going together. This palette, that's always, I feel like the palettes are always what really stick out when you look at these sorts of collections. So let's just talk about her. This palette is, I don't know, I think it's cute. I actually do think it's cute. It looks like a lot of other palettes I've seen, but that's not super surprising. I don't know, I actually do think the color story is pretty nice too. I mean, it's all cohesive, it all goes together. It's kind of Halloween-y feeling. I think it kind of fits Hocus Pocus more than the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. But this just is also boring to me. The palette itself, I think the whole collection as a whole looks cute, but there's nothing in it that I feel like I need. Maybe the liners, I don't know. And the lipsticks, I'm looking at them and they're all reds. And I understand because it's like fall, a dramatic red lip, but I wish there was more variation. I think fall lip colors are some of the most exciting lip colors to have. Like you can have browns and deep reds and purples and burgundies, yet they have 3 red lipsticks and 2 of them look literally the same. But I'm sure this isn't bad. Like it looks cute, and I love like the theme of it because obviously it's Halloween. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just like not feeling it. So Guerlain, which is a brand I haven't really heard a whole lot about, they're doing a holiday collection all about the Golden Bee. And I have to say this collection actually looks pretty nice. The lipsticks packaging is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's like a bronzer and some of those little, you know, those like highlighter type bronzer products that are like a bunch of little balls and you have to like dip your brush into them. They've got that going on. I don't really like those kinds of products, but I think theirs looks nice. At least the packaging it comes in looks nice. And yeah, the lipsticks look really pretty. The bronzer looks nice. The embossing on it is really nice. I don't know a whole lot about this brand, but I have seen that this looks a little bit repetitive from them, but I think it looks nice. The palette is very like whatever to me. It doesn't look bad. Again, it doesn't look bad. It's just boring. It's very neutral, and then there's a dark green and a dark purple. I don't really know. I don't understand. I think the dark green kind of fits the holiday theme, but nothing else does. Like, I don't understand why there's not a bright red or a bright green. I mean, I know that's kind of cheesy as far as holiday goes, but what about this is supposed to say holiday to me other than, you know, those types of colors or more of that type of aesthetic? Because this packaging, as beautiful as it is, it doesn't really read holiday to me. Maybe slightly, but it just looks like nice, beautiful packaging to me. Okay, so M Cosmetics is coming out with these little lip products that are called lip cushions. They kind of look like the ColourPop lippy sticks to me, but maybe a little bit more hydrating. And they're sheer color. They're $22 each, which I think is a little bit expensive, but I don't know much about this brand and what their pricing is typically like. But I will say these sticks look really cute. Just looking at the swatches, I am actually kind of intrigued by this pinky nudish nude-ish shade, because the swatch they have on the dark skin model looks great. It looks like a beautiful, perfect ombre nude, and that's all I ever wanted in life. I don't know about this one. I am really into that shade. I might have to wait and like watch reviews because I want to see if it is like a good nude for someone with my complexion. But the swatches look really promising. So I might pick up that one. I don't know. I have to think about it because I think the $22 is a lot. So Sava Beauty, which I'm not even sure if I pronounced that right. I've never heard of this brand, but they're coming out with these very colorful eyeliner palettes. They're called the Hydra FX UV palettes. And I actually have to say that I think the idea of this is pretty genius. It reminds me of, you know, those little like cheap flimsy paint kits that you would use as a kid in like art class, and it would come with a little flimsy brush in it. That's what the packaging looks like, but it's kind of like an elevated version of it, which I think is really cute. And then it comes with a liner brush in it. I don't really love palettes putting a spot for the brush in the palette anymore. I used to be into that, but I just realized that I always inevitably just take the brush out to store it with my other brushes, and then there's like this hole in the package where like the brush was. But I get why brands do it, and I think selling a liner brush with this makes sense. These are $30. I actually am really interested. I don't know anything about this brand, so I have to do some research and kind of look at some reviews to see if what their formula is like. But I think the idea of having all these bright colored eyeliners in a palette is a great idea. The only downside is that if these are like really creamy, they'll probably dry out pretty quickly. I feel like that always happens with like cream palettes. But I don't know. I'm really into this. I've been looking for colored liners that are like bright and vibrant and fun colors and that I could use for like kind of multiple things. So I don't know. I might pick this one up. I also really like the kind of like swatches that they put. They're not really swatches. They're kind of just pictures of people using the product, but all these people have done really cool, interesting eyeliner looks that are like unique. It's not just, you know, a wing or a cat eye, which I also think is cool because it shows that, you know, this could be used for multiple things. So next we're gonna move on to some more drugstore. So LA Girl is coming out with these 4 little mini eyeshadow palettes. They're the Keep It Playful eyeshadow palettes, and they're 9-pan mini versions of some of their other palettes. So there's like 2 pretty neutrally ones, and then like a purpley one, and then one that's kind of like a mix of the neutral and the purple. And I think these look really cute. They look really pretty. If you're someone who wants like something small and little that you could kind of use to travel and throw some shades in, those neutral ones would probably be really good. The purple too. I actually think these are really cute. I'm on the fence because I know in my heart of hearts, that I do not need another basic neutral palette. However, I do think this would be really cute for, you know, those days when you just want to reach and grab one palette and throw together a quick eye look. I also think the more cool tone neutral palette is pretty. I mean, yes, it's very basic, and I know I just have spent this entire video complaining about palettes being basic, but I think it makes sense for a brand like LA Girl that is affordable and is drugstore. And that's not me trying to say that drugstore brands shouldn't have exciting, you know, color stories and exciting palettes, but I think that this makes sense for them, especially because these are kind of based off of their bigger palettes. I don't know about this. I probably won't buy it just because I know I don't need it, but I do think it's pretty. Okay, so just keeping it up with the drugstore, Milani is doing a Halloween collection, which I actually think is a super cool idea. So there looks like there's a ton of things in this collection. There are 2 eyeshadow palettes, there's lip glosses, and there's lipsticks. These 2 eyeshadow palettes both look cute. I'm not really interested in either one of them. The color story is a little bit funny for me on both of them. I'm sure though that you could probably get a good look. You might have to pull from other palettes with these unless you know how to like work with these kinds of tones. I really don't, because I primarily wear like warm tones, and these look a bit more cool, and they're a bit more, at least the pinkier kind of palette is more bright. The other palette's a bit more smoky to me. So these color stories just don't interest me, but I do think that these are cute, and the lipsticks look fun. This definitely looks Halloween-y, like at least those lipsticks. Maybe you could like wear them in like everyday life and make them casual, but they just kind of look like Halloween makeup to me. Not in a bad way, not in like a this is cheap kind of way. Like I like the packaging a lot, but the colors, I just, not that they're bad colors, I actually think they look really fun, but I just like, they just don't look practical. So Makeup by Mario is coming out with a makeup line, which I think is really cool. I really like Mario. I followed him for a while, kind of back when he had done the palette with like Kim Kardashian's brand. And he's a very, very talented artist, and he seems very, he seems very like proud of his work. He wouldn't just put his name on anything. So I have a feeling that his brand is going to have very high quality products. That being said, I honestly just, I don't know, I'm not interested in any of these. These palettes, the colors don't really do anything for me. They just kind of look like shimmers to me. I'm sure they're pretty and that they look nice, but I also just don't really like palettes like that in general. I feel like it's harder to get a cohesive look with them. I know some people pull from different palettes or will pull out single shadows. I do that here and there, but that's not like common for me. I like to have palettes where I know I can get a couple of different like really pretty great looks with them without having to pull from other palettes. So I don't know. I'm interested though to see more from him and what his brand comes out with, because I have a feeling there will be some very interesting and unique products coming, but I don't know. This one I'm just not super excited about. So Kimora Lee is also starting a brand with her two daughters, and it's called Baby Fat Beauty. And so they're launching a set of 3. It's okay. So going back to the whole celebrity makeup brand idea, Kimora Lee Simmons is launching a brand with her two daughters. Just us not even looking at the products, the whole like photo shoot and kind of launch pictures looks so cute. They look so pretty, and I love the whole aesthetic of like the pink and the baby blue. Really cute. That being said, these products all seem very boring to me. It's a kit or a set. You can buy it as individuals though. So there's a illuminating body spray, a hydrating body lotion, and a plumping lip gloss. I don't need any of those things, and honestly I'm kind of surprised that this is their first launch. I'm sure these products aren't bad. They actually look good, and I think they look cute. Like the packaging is cute, but I don't know. I'm just like, I don't need this, and this doesn't seem like that exciting. I'm kind of surprised that this is their first launch, because it doesn't really seem like a product that you would do as a first launch. This seems like a mini launch that you would kind of do in between big launches, but I don't know. I'm interested to see what people think. So Makeup Revolution is doing a crystal collection, which is composed of face palettes and eyeshadow palette, lip glosses, and I think a few other things. What I'm really interested in are these face palettes, and I'm kind of surprised by that because I don't really like face palettes, but these look so pretty. This like first one and the last one, honestly, even though I will say the first and last one look pretty similar, but this bronzy and this pinky and this gold, these kind of highlighting trios that are like split in the middle, I think they're really, really pretty. I'm really eyeing that like pink, gold, and bronze one. And honestly, these won't be that expensive because it's Makeup Revolution. They're $15 each, the highlighting and bronzing palettes. So I might pick one up. I'm kind of on the fence because like, I know the bronzers aren't going to work for me. They're going to be way too light. They'll probably end up looking like highlighters on me. And I'm not really into highlighting palettes anymore. I have like 4 or 5 ABH Glow kits that I use, but I don't get, I think, enough use out of them. So I'm really on the fence about whether or not I want to bring in a product that's basically 6 highlighters for me. And then lastly, we have the glosses, which also look really cute. I don't know about this one. I might pick up something. I might pick up a gloss and maybe a face palette. We'll see. I'm very interested in this though. I think it's very cute, but as I said, I'm also on the fence. So that is going to be all from me. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what products you guys are interested in, or if there's anything else new coming out that you're thinking of buying, or the opposite things that are coming out that you think look awful. Let me know. And I just want to mention this before I forget. In my description box, there are a link to a bunch of different resources. I have a link to register to vote down there, some mental health resources, some charities to donate to. So if you're interested in any of that information, please utilize it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.